I'm more than just biceps, damn it. Why are you staring at my biceps, YouTube? You guys are just animals. I'm more than just bronze. I have brains too, you know. Why are you staring at me muscles? What's wrong with you? You guys are animals. What's up, YouTube? I was, of course, being sarcastic. This video is about chicks on YouTube who use their boobs to get attention. And nothing wrong with that, dude. I'm a heterosexual male myself, so, you know, to me that ends up being a bonus in the video. The first thing I notice is, what kind of content is this chick producing? But here we are with this double standard. Women will use their boobs to get attention on social media and then get pissed off when they get the wrong attention. Especially on YouTube. You see it all the time. This one chick that just came off as really fake and annoying, I couldn't watch very many of her videos because she just came off as really annoying, calling herself a chub when she's not fat by any means. And not to mention, her boobs are like freaking humongous. And she's sitting there saying, okay, you better not be making any comments about my boobs because, like, I'll block your ass. But she has several videos of herself modeling bikinis. Modeling these tops, which are very low cuts. She'll sit there and wear a top with no bra and then cover her chest because she doesn't want you to see her nipples. And I'm like, then wear a bra or some pasties underneath. Like, at this point, I feel like she's drawing too much attention to her boobs. And that's a double standard that exists on social media. Women will use their ass and their boobs to get attention, and then when the wrong guy comments, she's pissed off. Now, how much do you want to bet if it was a YouTuber with like 4 million plus subscribers, they had a big ass mansion, they were rolling in cash, they had fancy ass sports cars, and they were living the good life, and they pop onto her fucking channel and say, hey babe, you got nice boobs. She clicks on their channel, oh my god, he's rich! Do you think she's gonna block him? Fuck no. She's gonna be like, hey, this guy's giving me exposure. His channel's more popular than mine. Awesome! Squeeze the cleaves together even harder. But if it's some regular Joe Schmo like me who's only got like 8,000 plus subscribers, doesn't have a whole lot of money, lives in his own studio apartment, trust and believe, she'll be like, people like her are gonna be like, oh my god, you're such a creep, a block. And I'm like, really? And here's the best part of it. In one of her bikini videos, she leans forward, and as she leans forward, she's doing this. She's covering her cleavage when she leans forward to check something, which does little to nothing because when she stands up, she's doing sitting there talking, doing this number, not even bothered. But as soon as she leans forward, that's when she, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, okay, if you don't want people to see your cleavage, why are you modeling a bikini in the first place? Because you know you look good. Because you know you're a sexy young female. And because you know you're using your boobs to get attention on social media. And then you complain when you get the attention, like, huh? What? You're not complaining when your boobs get you about 10 million subscribers, exaggerated, of course. You're not going to complain when the boobs you have get you subscribers on YouTube, people giving you nothing but positive support. Oh, honey, you look good. You're not fat. Why do you talk like that about yourself? That's not very nice. But then you'll bitch and complain when someone says, hey, babe, nice boobs. I mean, I get it. As somebody who has big muscles, I get it. You want to be treated as someone more than, okay, you have big parts on your body. I get that 100%. No, you don't. You have no idea what it's like to be a woman. You're right, I don't. But if the only difference is the boobs are right here and the arms are right here, not much of a difference. And here's the thing of it. I tend to notice, YouTube, that that people who have big boobs or big muscles, they get treated like they're stupid or that they're slutty. And quite frankly, that's not fair. You don't know that person. What gives you that right? Fuck out of here with that. But ladies, the thing you have to realize is it's your body. You do what the fuck you want. But if you're going to use your boobs to get attention on social media, then don't complain when some sleazy pervert comments on your videos, because that's YouTube. All you can do is block them. That's all you can do. Ignore them and block them. And to me, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if you like staring at this chick's boobs, why would you want to make lewd comments about it? Because then she blocks you from your channel, from her channel, your channel to her channel. So then you have to log into another channel just to watch her videos. That kind of ruins the fun for you, doesn't it? And if it ruins the fun for you and it creeps her out, it's not worth it, B. And even though, and it's so painfully obvious, when you see a chick using her body to get attention on social media, it's so painfully obvious. Even if it's part of the whole curvy movement, it's still pretty painfully obvious. And posting a picture in your bra and panties saying, "I'm not ashamed of my curves," versus going on YouTube, showing a shit ton of cleavage, and then bitching when people comment on your boobs. The first one's a lot more respectable, because at least you're doing it to prove a point, that not all women are fucking stick-figured, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Like, if you're showing off your body on social media to prove a point, like, hey, I'm not ashamed of my curves, not all women are stick figures, I get that, and I would support and respect that 100%. And if you get a lot of hate for posting photos like that, and you don't let it get to you, props. You're an awesome person. But there's a big difference between that and what I've seen some of these chicks do on YouTube. Like, I'm not even bullshitting you. I came across this heavy-set female on YouTube, and she has a ton of subscribers, so I'm very happy for her. But she models herself in swimsuits and bras and tops and stuff like that, and she happens to be fucking stacked, dude. And again, you know, she's acknowledging full hand that a lot of people are just going to watch her videos because she has big boobs. And she's aware of that, and that's why, you know, I tend to think either you're ashamed of your body or you're ashamed of the perverts, or a combination of both. And the thing of it is if they're not directly affecting you in real life, if all they're doing is leaving an obnoxious comment, take it as you're hot shit. Take it as you're attractive. I've never understood women getting turned off by a compliment, even if it's over the top perverted. You know, like, you know how many times I've heard women make the most obnoxious shit? I've heard women say some nasty, perverted shit. And it's just like, whoa! And then their response is, hey, if you don't want to hear it, don't hang around the gals, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm just like, hey, there you go. You know, that gives me some fucking insight. Which means that women are just as perverted as men. And guaranteed, if I'm on YouTube just using my arms to get views, like, you know, how would it feel if I got pissed off at people on YouTube for commenting on my arms, especially when I'm on YouTube lifting dumbbells, like, you know? They look at me like, well, if you don't want people commenting on your biceps, why are you on YouTube with your shirt off lifting weights? My point exactly, and it's the same fucking concept. Red pill lens. So if you want to show off your body on social media to get attention, then you also have to show you have personality, and you're not just some fake ditzy little bimbo. Like, we go back to this other chick that I was talking about, and that's just the thing of it. Like, I see two women both using their boobs to get attention. One's overweight and doesn't give a shit that she's using her boobs or that she's getting comments on them. And the other one's not even fat, and she's all acting offended because people are making comments about her big boobs and then sitting there saying, calling herself a fat ass. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay, that's contradicting as all hell. I've seen that shit on YouTube and I'm like, huh? You know, and that's what gets me about women. When you're sitting there complaining about being fat and you're like a size 12, you're not even overweight, you're not even hefty, you're not even fluffy, and you actually look good, you might be able to pinch maybe like 1 or 2 fingers of fat. Oh, boo-hoo. You're sitting there looking at the mirror in the shopping center at the mall going, oh, I hate myself. I look like such a fat slut and a fat pig. Oh, I hate myself. Meanwhile, there's a chick who's like fucking 185 plus pounds overweight, walking by that store looking at you, complaining at yourself, looking at you, complaining about yourself, going, lucky bitch, I wish I was that small. So sometimes, ladies, I think you just need to be grateful for what you have. Stop slut-shaming yourself. Stop slut-shaming other women. You know, well, that would be like me making a porno account on Chatterbaits and making videos on Chatterbait and then getting pissed off when people make comments about my wang. Seriously. That's about the same, you know what I'm saying? Like, women who use their boobs to get attention on social media and then complain when they get the wrong attention. That would be like me making videos on Chatterbaits and then getting pissed off when people comment on my wang. You know what I'm saying? That's a bit graphic way to put it, but, you know, it makes the point fair. You know? They'd be like, well, if you don't want people commenting on your wang, why would you be on Chatterbait making videos? And my point exactly. If you don't want people commenting on your boobs, why are you posting a video on social media wearing a low-cut t-shirt? Because you want to feel sexy, and when you do get a comment that's positive and it's not directly about your boobs, someone says, hey, you look good, keep up the good work, it makes you feel sexy. Don't bullshit me. Don't bullshit me. It'd be like me going on Chatterbait, making videos, and some chick comments, oh, nice wang. Excuse me, but I'm more than just a nice wang. I have a personality too, you know. Which is funny because I've had a couple fans suggest that, and I'm like, eh. Something to think about in the near distant future. Right now, I got my wand business, so I'm not too worried about it. I took a nap after I made that video, and I'll gather some more sticks tomorrow. I'm not worried about it. I usually like to take 2 to 3 days off between each match before I start another one. It keeps the creative juices flowing. Plus, with the weather getting warmer, I'm not worried about it. Go for a bike ride. Get some exercise in. Stop staring at my abs. I'm more than that, damn it. I'm more than that. Look, I know my abs are sexy and hairy, but stop staring at them. Stop staring. I'm just busting your balls, YouTube. Calm down. No, but seriously. They'd be like, if you don't want people to stare at your abs, then why the fuck are you flashing them on camera? I'm not trying to do that to make y'all feel self-conscious. I'm just saying. With a body that looked this good, you'd be asking yourself, how the fuck are you single? Yeah, their loss, not mine. If chicks don't want to look past the gothic exterior, that's their loss, not mine. I'm a distinguished goth gentleman, and if they can't see that, that's not my fault that they're being judgmental. The thing about being judgmental is that it's just mental, really, when you think about it. That's why the word mental is in judgmental. To judge somebody based off the color of their skin, the way they speak, their religion, if it's not, like, over the top, PC, incorrect, then why are you judging them? It'd be one thing if a man sat there and said, well, women belong in the kitchen. Fuck that. Okay, I'd be judging the fuck out of that person. Like, who the fuck are you sexist? But that's one thing. If a person said, well, that person shouldn't have rights because of the color of their skin. That's bullshit. I'd be judging the fuck out of them like, you racist fuck. What the fuck's your problem? But if someone says, oh, hey, I like Fords. Hey, so do I, man. Right on. Or someone says, hey, I like Dodge pickups. Oh, cool, man. That's your choice, Their opinion doesn't directly affect me. That's just their opinion. And it's free-based. I've never understood why people get attacked for having a free-based opinion. And you see that all over social media. You see a hot chick modeling against a hot rod on YouTube. Some bikini-clad babe straddling some kick-ass rat rod-looking car. The car looks sick, the babe looks hot. And people can't just appreciate the fact there's a hot babe and a hot car. They gotta talk shit about how the girl looks. They gotta talk shit about how the car looks. And I'm just like, fucking society we live in. Like, oh, that car's got a Ford motor. The Ford motors are shit. They should have put a Dodge in it. And I'm just like, you're a fucking idiot. Using your boobs to get attention on social media. Stop staring at my hairy chest line. I'm more than that. As I pull my shirt down. But that's the difference about our society. That's that double standard that exists, unfortunately. Is when men get comments on their body, they can't say shit. Because we're men. We're disgusting hairy animals. All we want is sex. And because of that negative stereotype, whenever a man receives an unwanted sexual comment, he can't sit there and say that that's sexual harassment. No. Even if the chick didn't do anything but make an obnoxious comment, he can't say shit. But flip the script. Flip the fucking script. And some dude makes an obnoxious comment about some chick's boobs or her ass, and, oh, that's sexual harassment. How dare you? What? Do you know how, seriously, women are just as perverted as men. That's no lie. I've seen women make the most obnoxious comments about a man's ass. And I'm like, okay, so then how exactly is that fair? If I make an obnoxious comment, if I personally make an obnoxious comment about some woman's ass, I'm a pervert and an asshole and a sex rape apologist offending pig or what have you. You know, but then as soon as they do it, it's perfectly okay. I tend to think if women want gender equality, then men need to be allowed to make obnoxious comments about their bodies too. If women are allowed to make obnoxious comments about men's bodies, then men should be able to do the same to women. That, or if women don't want men making obnoxious comments about their bodies, then they shouldn't be allowed to make obnoxious comments about ours. That's just fair. You can't have it both ways, ladies. I'm sorry. You can't fight for gender equality and then sit there and say that only women are allowed to make obnoxious comments about the opposite sex's body. It doesn't work like that. You can't sit there and call men a rape apologist, a sex offending pig, and whatever else you want to call us, because you do the same thing. It's hypocritical as fuck. And when I say these things, I'm not saying it to attack women. I'm saying it to make you think, to help men and women understand each other just a little bit better. How many times do you hear women say, "Oh, nice bulge. Oh, that dude's stacked." I'm just saying, YouTube. But the second a man makes a comment about some chick's boobs, oh, lordy, he's a pervert and an asshole. And do you think other men don't get self-conscious about other men? That's another thing that women and men have in common, is when we see men and women that look better than we do, sometimes we get self-conscious. So women, I know exactly how that feels. I don't quite have a six-pack, but I'm almost there. And whenever I see some dude who's like, you know what I'm saying? I try not to let it intimidate me or make me feel jealous. If anything, I get jealous more than anything. If anything, I try to use it as motivation. Like, that's what I want to look like, you know? But it's gotten so bad that people literally said, you have to have plus-sized mannequins in your store because these skinny mannequins are triggering eating disorders. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Really? I mean, yikes, dude. And when it's getting that bad, I'm like, Jesus, dude, do I feel sorry for women? That's gotta suck. And if you're letting a hunk of plastic make you feel insecure about your body, that's not the mannequin's fault, man. That's your own fucking fault. You need to have more confidence in yourself. Figure out what you want. You know? Like, I would understand if it was a real life person, but, you know, when I see stories like that, I'm just like, okay, that's a little too far. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been to the mall during the summertime. You walk by the storefront, and there's some shirtless male mannequin wearing a swimsuit. That doesn't intimidate me, because I'm like, dude, that's a plastic mannequin. Fuck out of here with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could never physically make myself understand getting intimidated by some plastic. You know? How long is this video? 24 minutes? Not too shabby. Not too shabby. I'm gonna wrap this bitch up because I made a lot of awesome points in this video. I don't lift every day because I want to give my muscles time to recover and build, but they're here if I need them. And yeah. My arms are getting bigger already. I love it. uh, People are going to be like, oh, that's not fair. You smoke tobacco and you have gorgeous fucking biceps. Like, yeah, ain't that a kick in the Asperger's? Most people try doing that shit and they'd lose muscle mass. Hmm. Moderation, though. I feel like after you get done lifting, you smoke a cigarette, just one, and you wait a couple hours before you have another one. You know, the nicotine rushes through your body and it relaxes you. You know, sort of like, yeah. And by the time I'm 60 years old, cannabis is going to be legal everywhere. So I'm not worried about getting, you know, cancer. And you shouldn't smoke cigarettes even though, because they are habit forming. Like, you don't even know. If you're a non smoker, you don't even get it. You know, to put things, if you're a non smoker, let's put things into perspective. You ever wake up in the morning just pissed off, ready to punch someone in the face, and nothing seems to calm you down? Well, that's what it's like for smokers when we wake up in the morning without our morning cigarette. Legitly. We get irritated, we get crabby. And you're better off getting addicted to video games, to be honest. I mean, I'm not trying to make smoking look glamorous on my channel, even though people see me puffing cigars, smoking cigarettes, smoking a pipe, occasionally some hookah tobacco, you know. The nicotine helps with my dopamine release because of my Asperger's. The problem with having Asperger's is your brain doesn't release dopamine and other chemicals like it's supposed to. So when I smoke nicotine, the nicotine is known to release dopamine in the brain. That's another reason why cigarettes are so freaking addictive. It's because when you smoke a cigarette, it releases your dopamine in your brain, much like eating an ice cream cone or eating some chocolate. And if you truly enjoy the taste of candy and sweets, don't smoke, because people who smoke for 60 plus years, they lose their taste buds. They lose the ability to be able to eat, to be able to fully enjoy sweet things. Like, if you like cotton candy, circus peanuts, you know, whatever you like, Snickers, yeah. Whatever your favorite food may be, smokers eventually lose the ability to taste their favorite foods. And, yeah. Not to mention, it stinks. Me personally, I love the smell of tobacco, but that's just me personally. Unless you got like a nice smelling pipe tobacco, most non smokers are like, ew, filthy smoker. I've never heard non smokers complain about pipe tobacco. I could be out in public and I could have a bowl of cherry pipe tobacco that I'm puffing on, and the smell just waffles through the air, and it's inviting. It's a conversation starter. Oh, nice pipe. Reminds me of my father. Reminds me of my grandfather. Reminds me of my uncle. You know, some shit like that. Even though pipe tobacco is the safest form of smoking, it still has risks. Throat cancer, you still lose your ability to taste. Mouth cancer, you might lose your teeth, you know. And some things just aren't worth the risk. I mean, I have a beautiful singing voice, and I run the risk of losing my singing voice by smoking. Ugh. Not to mention, some smokers get a hole in their throat and they have to talk like this. Now try to imagine eating food with a hole in your throat. You'd have to put something over the top of it. You won't be able to talk normally, yet you'd have to talk like this. And a lot of people who get those have been smoking heavily for 60 plus years. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Even if you smoke in moderation to where it's not so bad, it still costs you money. I mean, that's things you could be spending on, like a car, a house, your favorite foods. And when you get your house, you could buy yourself a dog, take care of your dog, you know, that kind of thing. But if I look back, the money I've spent on tobacco from the age of 18 to now, I'm 28. I could have a car by now. Like, holy shit, dude. The money I've spent on tobacco and alcohol alone, from the time I was old enough to now, combined, from 18 to 21 to 28, I could have bought me a car. That's surreal to think about. Yeah. Well, this tobacco is just about cashed. Now, one thing I like about having a tobacco pipe is that if I'm out of pipe tobacco and I'm out of cigarettes, if I collect a bag full of cigarette butts, I have pipe tobacco to smoke. Sit there and squeeze the butts out into my pipe. Not the most cleanest way of getting tobacco, but it works. And at least you're not smoking someone else's used cigarette butt. That's just something that's an addiction like that can cause you to do. If you haven't had a cigarette in 4 days and all you have is your tobacco pipe, and you have no pipe tobacco, but you got a working lighter, and you're having a rough couple of 4 days. I've seen me do it. I've seen me do it. Be out of tobacco for like 2 days, and you're stressed and a bunch of shit, so you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go snipe hunting. And I'll sit here and fill a bag up with cigarette tobacco and throw the butts away, and then I'll be like, oh, hey, look, now I got tobacco, you know. And, yeah. The reason why I have the stamina of someone who doesn't smoke is because I don't smoke that heavily, to be honest. I can go through a pack in like a day and a half, easy. Unless I'm stressed, then it'll go quicker. I mean, that's just the thing of it, tubes. These people who are smoking 2 to 3 packs a day for 50, 60 plus years, eventually it's going to catch up to them. And it's going to catch up to them a lot quicker than someone like me who doesn't smoke that much. But, yeah. Sitting there saying how pissed off you are that people are staring at your boobs when you're deliberately showing them off on camera. That's no different than somebody smoking like 3 to 4 packs a day for 60 years and then bitching because they got COPD. Like, well, you chose to do it, so, you know, you have to deal with the consequences. Like, you don't have to smoke and you don't have to show off your boobs, but you choose to, and then you get mad at the consequences. Well, Jeff Foxworthy, here's your sign. Anyways, tubes, thank you for watching. I'll catch you laters.